Okay, well, hello. We're on the ground in Juneau, Alaska, and this is Prepared and Active Sky, and the new rig with the Titan X, which I figured out some of my performance problems in it were due to it throttling. So I changed the fan curve so that it lets it cook a little bit more and keeps it cooler, and changed a few other things around, and now we're getting pretty solid non-throttling results. Anyway, as you can see, it is pouring down rain here, and as you can also see from the A to A Piper Comanche, which is a lovely plane, it's got some really good rain effects on it here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a very quick flight on this, because there ain't much more we can do given the visibility, and just do a quick comparison to the weather rendering here and in P3D. I've got Mr. X's Juneau, which is very nice, and this, as you can see, is also very nice. We're just going to take off, dodge that hill over there, come around back that way, and land. And I'm going to stay pretty low here too, because I'm not really sure how else we're going to do it. But so here we go. By the way, this setup is officially just about the only one I can think of that I've been able to run Orbix Southern California on. So there's that. Alright, so we're going to keep it low to the ground here. And before we do anything else, I get the feeling that it's just a little bit too loud. It probably is. There we go. My apologies. There we go. Alright, now as you can see, we've got really nice fog here. And you can see it kind of fills in the valleys just a little bit. And as you can also see, we've got pretty good rain effects and good layering of the overcast. Ooh, and we've got wind too. As you can see, it's blowing us wide that way. Okay. All right, who says only X-plane has good flight dynamics? This A to A plane can certainly deliver the goods. I'm just trying to keep an eye on where we are here. That will head out over the water. I'm staying very low, because otherwise we are going to go... Oh shit, I've got carb icing. Oh fuck. Fuck. Carb heat. Oh boy. I forgot about that. This is a very realistic airplane, and yes, we do have carb icing. I totally forgot about that. That has screwed me before. Wow, has that screwed me before. Wow. Alright, there we go. Alright, you see? Where's my thermometer? That? Yep, we're right at the freezing point. Holy crap. Okay. I think a fuel-injected plane would be in order for the next for the flight back, but that was twisted. All right, so there are approach lights. All right, I'm just trying to keep this in sight here, keep it all together, and then we'll start up X-plane and do exactly the same thing. What a frickin' awesome storm this is. The only thing I don't like about this plane is I hate landing it. It floats, and it tends to make three-point landings unless they're absolutely perfect, and I really hate that. All right, we're definitely getting blown about by the wind, and wow. All right, let's get on in. So this is nice thick weather, and nice wind, and we're just going to and a decent amount of turbulence too. Going to try to get our sweet asses home before we lose sight of land entirely. I'm not very coordinated on this turn either. Mainly because we're getting blown about like crazy here. Alright, runway lights, lead-in lights somewhere. Oh boy. Oh, I got a bad feeling. Did we just... Yep, hang on. It just overturned and we're going the wrong way. Ah, those are the lead-in lights, but we're on the wrong side of them. Or are we on the? Oh, we're on the right side of them. Okay, there's one island and there's the other. All right, let's bring her on home. And the lead-in lights in this bit of scenery are a little bit better than on Mr. X's. I like Mr. X's runway textures better. And of course X-Plane's mountains are worlds better. Yeah, we're just a touch low here. Oh, we're in danger of getting fogged in. Or fogged out. I'm homing on those lead-in lights like a hound dog. Little bit hot. Whoa. There's a nice gust. Okay. Holy crap. Alright. And we're getting about, well, now we're getting about 40 frames right now as we come down the home stretch. This is no day to be flying. Can't see the pappies though. Nice three-dimensional approach lights. Nice trees, much better trees than X-Plane. And much better variety of trees than X-Plane, however. And boy, this weather is good. Alright. Can't see the pappies at all. Let's dig in a wing here. Not that much. Whoa. Alright, hang on, folks. No. Let's try that again. See what I mean? I'm a terrible pilot on this plane, but it's also very nose happy. It floats, and it floats, and it floats, and it floats. See what I mean? Bob, 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 bob. Now we're going like 60 knots here and smash. Alright. Terrible technique. but it doesn't seem to bleed speed ever. Alright, now, let's just go to a tower view so you can just see the seaplanes there bobbing in the breeze. Alright, that looks pretty damn good. And you can see the visibility here. And let's just see what the weather report is. There we go. PAJN. Come on, where is it? Oh, how do we do this? Ah, conditions. All right, current conditions are, and this is pulling weather from the same, from National Weather Service, from NOAA. All right, 37. Yeah, look at that. No wonder we were icing. 19 knots wind. Wow. Moderate rain. 2925. Hubba, 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 hubba. Overcast. Okay, that all looks, yeah, that all looks fine. Okay, so anyway, let's get out of this. That plane bugs me. Mainly it's my inability to fly it properly. That bugs me. All right, get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's quickly start up X-plane. This is beta 3. And I'm going to fly, okay, I'm going to fly the Baron just because, God, I love that plane. PAJN, customize, runway 8, there you go, runway 8, confirm, stormy match real world conditions. Let's just see if it's reporting the same thing. Yes, it is. Broken few. Looks good. Okay. Let's get this party starting. Now, we're not going to see the same frame rates, and it's because X-plane is not really optimized yet in its beta form, and nothing is optimized yet. So, just adjust your expectations there. And I've got the rendering settings just about the same height, as it were, same level. All right, here we go. Let's get this party started. Or did I say that? All right. Oh, are we weather vaning? Okay, I thought that was supposed to be fixed. But then again, the wind is unbelievably high at this point, so let's get the brakes on. And as you can see, there's kind of light precipitation. Ain't much. The visibility looks like wimpy ass. This is SkyMaxx. Looks like wimpy ass clouds with wimpy ass fog. Alright, this is not at all persuasive, but that's X-plane weather for you. The airport itself, as you can see, is also very nice. It's not quite as sophisticated as Orbix's, but and the trees are not as good, and the frames are not as good. But again, we knew that. So let's just quickly get started. I'm going to have to warm up the plane here. I'm sorry. Let's do this. I'm going to have to overhaul everything too because I smacked it into the ground the last time I was screwing around with it. Recharge, fix the avionics, land the gear and brakes, fix, 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 boom, fix, and fix, and fix, and fix, and get all this crap. Alright. See if this fast preheating feature works. avionics are off. Let's see if it brings these temps up. Okay, is that the oil temps right there? I do believe it is. And look at that. Alright. That should do it, I guess. Prime. And prime. And adjust our volume. There we go. Alright, I guess that's good. Oh, it's going to be one of those. Did I flood it? Let's see if I flooded. Okay, didn't flood number one. And the rain is coming down in slightly weak little spatters and splurts. Alright, let's see if we can start engine 2. No. Alright, probably flooded that. Just clear it out a little bit. Throttle full open, mixture at cutoff. Oh, this is what happens when you thrape an engine mercilessly. Alright, let's give it a try now. No, I probably didn't prime it enough. Alright, let's give it another shot. There we go. There we are. You see, I knew it all along. No, I didn't. Alright, well, we wait for that to warm up. Check everything else. That's about right. Everything I hate about flying the Cherokee, I like flying, the Comanche, I like flying about this. And don't get me wrong, actually, I like everything else about flying. You know, that's the funny part. Everything else on that Comanche I love. But for some stupid reason, it's a pain in the ass to land, whereas this airplane does not have the sophistication the Cherokee has. The sounds aren't quite as good, but they're not bad. Well, the handling is very good, I'll say that. But the graphics aren't as nice, you know. The outside is not as nice, but it's not bad. However, this thing handles beautifully and it lands like a dream. It makes me look good every single time. I don't know what else to say except I love it to pieces. Alright, well, let's just take it up. I know it's going to complain. Is it going to complain? Let's find out. Let's see. Where are our temps? Let's lean it out a little bit. Let's try and heat it up. Gotta idle a little faster than this. I shouldn't, but bitch. Get those temps up off that peg there. Turn pitot heat on. All our heat on. I'll tell you what, I had totally forgotten about carb icing, and that almost killed us. Totally forgot about that. I love the fact that it's modeled. I really do. On the other hand, little bits of this effect are modeled here better in X-Plane, you know? As always. It's always something. Alright, we shouldn't even be flying in this wind. Is there a windsock right there? There should be. Look at that windsock. Look at that windsock. That's another thing X-Plane has that that P3D doesn't, and that is that by default it has working windsocks. Alright, you know what? That's close enough for jazz. It's probably going to complain about the number 2 engine, but I don't care. Let's just light the candle here. Oh, it's windy. Oh, we can feel it. Matter of fact, oh boy. A little gravel takeoff here. Come on, come on, get up. Was I that far out of trim? I don't think so. Well, let's check in a minute. Why was my trim down like that? Why is it still down like this? Alright, come on back, come on back, come on back. Right. Well, you know what? Screw that. Let's just... I don't like that one bit. Let's just land this thing again and do it over. God, I hate that. Alright, well, the wind is correctly modeled. As in fairness, so was prepared. On the other hand, that wasn't prepared stock either. Of course, that was prepared in Active Sky. Find our runway. There it is. God, I hate that. Alright, let's see where our flaps are. Geared down. 3 greens. Get some flaps in. And see what it is we screwed up. I do want to do it right, though. Alright, let's see if we can judge this with this wind. Now watch how it pushes us way wide. You see? Look at that. It's going to widen, make our turn wider. There we go. Everything we do, it's going to push it out and out. And see how it's pushing us away from the runway there? Look, see? And now we got a big lift component from all that headwind now. I'm running out of elevator authority. Oh, I'm going to float this one like I did the other, like I did the Cherokee. There we go. Come on. There you go. Alright, get on the ground. Now, let's try and do that right this time. Wow, that is merciless. Alright, so get our trim set correctly. There we go. A few units nose up, but not much. And let's do a control system check. Our flaps up a notch. Alright, we do have full authority. That's good, and that's good. Alright, not sure what happened there, ladies and gentlemen, but let's do it right this time. Oh, and look, we've warmed up our oil temperature. See? Isn't that great? What a great way to warm up your oil temps. We are weather vaning. We are weather vaning here. But then again, it's 20 knots of wind, so. And ooh, man, are we just off to the races there. But watch this, with this wind, we're flying. It's like we're on the deck of a carrier. Alright, gear up. Alright, that's a nasty day. Alright, so let's see how our visibility and such is here. Wow. Alright, where's the mountain? There we go. This is a dumb thing to be doing. But we're just dumb enough to do dumb things like this. Alright, so the visibility is pretty rotten. The same, not as bad as in P3D with Active Sky. And the rendering is just a little bit more lightweight. If you look up here, it's not implausible, but it doesn't have that grim, it's storming out that Active Sky has, which, you know, based on a lot of time looking at these kinds of early winter, not quite cold, not quite warm, borderline snow, sleet events like this is, in this part of the world, in this part of Alaska and the Pacific Northwest, they look more like the Active Sky version, which is thick and grim and kind of gray and meaty. And this doesn't quite do it. It's not bad, but also the precipitation's pretty limp. Wow, I'll tell you what though, our rudder trim is all over the map the way this wind is gusting. Alright, now let's see if I can get lost here the same way I did in P3D. I'm doing lots of trimming as we turn with respect to the wind, and our lift component changes. Alright, I recognize that island and I recognize that one. I'm trying to stay level here at 2500. It's not easy. It's also not easy staying coordinated. Alright, in a lot of respects, this plane is not flying very much differently from the Cherokee, which ought to, in a way, be a lesson, in the sense that a good airplane is a good airplane regardless of the platform. By the same token, there's supposed to be a lead-in light there, but forgo that. Alright. Wow. This is a grim day. Now it just feels more foggy here than it is. Stormy. But it is stormy. We're feeling the gusts a lot more. And now I'm hearing rain. And I'm seeing a little bit of rain. So, I mean, you know, it ain't bad. This is no day to be flying a small airplane. And it's not much of a day to be flying a big one either. Alright, now there's a fog bank over there you can see, but we're above it. And alright, there's the lead-in lights. Let's get our gear down. Try and stabilize us a little bit. I'm barely moving the stick. This is just basic wind gusts and turbulence. And I'm a little bit low. Now I'm okay. Now I'm high. All right. You know what? I'm going to forego flaps and we'll come in a little bit fast here so that we don't get blown around quite as badly. Just a little bit of a flatter approach. There we go. Ooh. All right. Set her down gently if we can. And gently on the brakes. I think the ground handling is better. It's certainly not worse. Okay, back pressure and brakes. Brakes and back pressure. Alright, well, it's kind of raining here. That's not bad. It is not bad. Let's just see if we have the visibility thing that SkyMaxx sometimes does. No, it looks pretty uniform. This layering here is not right, but it's hard to say what's responsible for that. Oh, now we've got these stupid, that when you get to a certain altitude, X-plane plops in that. Not sure why, but now let's just, for giggles, let's look at X-plane's default rendering of this. Also, let's see, we're at 30 frames. That's not great. And God, we're boosting up to almost 2,000 on the old Titan X. That's pretty damn good. All right, and let's disable SkyMaxx and weather connector. And let's get our real weather going here in X-plane. Customize, match real world. Alright, there we go. That's a hell of a lot of stuff. And let's see if this looks any better. Yeah, it does. Alright. Let's just see this. Yeah, although that looks like crap. Alright, once more into the breach, shall we? Okay. Give it another go. Set our trim. Oh boy. And again, watch this. We're going to rotate now. That's what a 20-knot headwind will do for you. Turns every airplane into a short takeoff and landing plane. Wow, is it bumpy. Alright, let's get around this. Oh, I love X-planes, highways, and cars. I do, I do. Wow. I'm making myself airsick, if you can believe it. Alright, let's give this a go here. Man, oh man. Okay, we'll take it up to 2,500 feet. And as you can see, the rain is much more robust. The frames are relatively lousy. They're about 30. Again, unoptimized. There are 3 layers of clouds, which are all 3 layers of clouds that X-Plane will do. Tell ya. Oh, look at that. That's nice. This'll definitely put some gray hairs in. I certainly wouldn't want to be flying like this in the real world. Wouldn't want to be flying as poorly as this in the real world, but I also wouldn't want to be flying in these conditions in the real world. Whoa. Alright. Fly out to Schmendrick Island over there, whatever that's called, and hook a left, and come on back to base, and that way you got 3 different renderings of the weather. And the little demo in the old Titan X. You should see, I wish I had a camera on my hands here on the stick, because they're quite busy. I'm a little bit low. Let's fix that. Oh man. Keep sight of our island there. It's our only road home. God, boy. So now this is basically a raw crosswind from our left now. Can't see the airport, but I think I know where it is. And I'm trying to sync my props up, and I believe one of the effects you're seeing is that the upwind prop is going at a different speed than the downwind prop as we turn, which, if true, would be quite a triumph of good modeling on X-Plane's part. Okay, there's the airfield. The other thing is that this weather and this bouncing around is making things like depth perception hard to judge. Distance very hard to judge because of the haze, which is cool. That's very realistic. This is like getting your brain pan battered around. Alright, we're high and we're fast. But this airplane, we can get the gear out in 1 hot second. As soon as we get below 152, the gear can come down. And then we can get flaps out as well, or at least the first notch of them, and man. Alright, so I like other than the color of the clouds, I like the visibility rendering and the rain rendering better in this than in SkyMaxx. I think it's a little harder on the frames than SkyMaxx is, and the clouds just generally look crappy, but that's always been the problem with X-Plane's clouds. Man, the gusts here. Look at our airspeed indicator. Just coming up and down. It's hard to believe, but we're actually on profile. I'm going to try a landing with flaps this time. Trimming like a son of a bitch. Alright. We're going to do it like a carrier landing this time. We're actually going to be way too low energy. If the wind shifts even a little bit, we'll just fall out of the sky, but I just want to see if I can do it kind of that way. Oh man. I'm making myself, I really am almost making myself airsick here. Oh, there's an updraft. Oh, no. Come on, come on. Come home, come home. There we go. Oh, yes. All right. Brakes, back stick. Stop as quickly as possible. All right, let's just see the wind blow us here. No, maybe the ground friction thing has been fixed. I mean, we're not blowing all over the place. Just gonna give it some left rudder and relax it, and left rudder. That's pretty good. All right. Now, let's really quickly replay that and call it a day. This is kind of an epic landing here. Sadly, that is probably in the wrong place. Look at that. Is that a contrail? I do believe it is. Alright. Now, just look at the controls here. Look at us dance. Wow, it actually looks less dramatic from here. Alright, we're stirring a little paint up and down. And look at our ailerons working there. And look at that. Alright. It's very smooth flying regardless of the frame rate, so, you know, not much to complain about. There's our float. And there's our drop. Look at that. Load a back stick there to plant the plane. And brakes. And there we are. So, oh, you know what? Shame on me. I totally forgot the Hawaii 5-0 shot. Silly me. No, come on. Alright. Get ourselves down the runway here. That's about right. Alright. Look at us coming in like a wounded duck. Oh, man. Alright, we got it sorted out at the end, though. You see what I mean, though, about how this plane is just flattering as hell on landings? It is really that good. Anyway, I hope you got a little something out of it. It is by no means a comprehensive comparison or anything like that. I I hope you just enjoyed you know, a little bit of a side-by-side, and just as it was with the comparison at San Francisco, um, the platforms are different, and they have their points. And I will say that, at least at the moment, weather goes to Prepared with Active Sky, and the Comanche and all the other A-to-A planes are magnificent. And in some ways, this airplane with the Reality expansion pack, they're deliberately benchmarking and aiming right at the A-to-A planes, and that's good. They recognize a good thing, and they're in their own way using this platform's own tools, doing remarkable work to make a living, breathing airplane as well. As for the weather, it seems like SkyMaxx 4 is better than SkyMaxx 3, and SkyMaxx 4, at least to my eyes, has better looking and performing clouds than stock, which are terrible. On the other hand, both stock and SkyMaxx are both severely limited, it seems, and SkyMaxx is marginally better. I can't complain about it too much, all things considered, but I can't rave about it like I can Active Sky, which is just, with each new version, continues to be a bigger work of art. So, again, he pays your money, he makes your choices, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.